I think it's finally time. Back in May of 2024, I accidentally got a Baizhu on this account when I was trying to get 4 stars, but not only that, I got C2 Baizhu. And ever since then, he has been level 1. But that's not all. We have his signature weapon and another copy of his signature weapon. And since not a single character has used this yet, I'm just gonna go ahead and refine it. I'm sure it's such a tiny difference, but we'll do it anyways. So now it is a C2 R2 Baizhu. While we're at the pharmacy, I'm gonna be buying these because I still need to collect more, and these suck together. Now, as far as I'm aware, Nahida makes this team perform better. However, my Nefer dies constantly. So adding a C2 Baizhu to this team should give us the survivability that we need, though I kind of wish his C4 was the C2 instead, but we should be fine. And based on the artifacts that everyone has, Baizhu needs Deepwood Memories. I don't have too many of those on this account. That's my best flower. Okay, so I've also just realized all of Nahida's artifacts have not been leveled this entire time. That's really good. I do have an HP % goblet, but it's looking like I'm definitely gonna have to farm in that domain. But once again, I did go ahead and farmed all of the boss drops we're gonna need. So the only issue should be the Violetgrass, as I apparently need 55 more of them. So I'm just gonna put together a team that should be able to climb a bit easier. And Yanfei is here just to actually mark where these things are. Oh yeah, this makes it so much better. Although, it's still not great. I'm just gonna hope that I can get enough of these. I can't say anything right now, because anything that I would say would be a complaint. So I dare not speak. All I'm saying is if I was in charge, I would make so many changes to this game. I think the worst part about having a recording going right now is that I can very easily see just how much time I have to spend doing this. We have already passed the 30-minute mark. You know, I don't remember what material Ganyu needs in order to be ascended, but I feel like it would have made sense for it to be the Violetgrass, because she's part goat and you practically have to be a mountain goat in order to get to these. But in all honesty, I don't think any character should need these because it's practically a war crime to make players go and collect them, especially in places like this. There's no waypoint to get up here, so you just have to climb to the top and then hope you don't miss any on the way back down, or else we're gonna have to go all the way up again. Oh, and now my mini-map doesn't actually want to show me where they are. Fun. I'm having fun. This is fun. Do I have enough of these yet? Yes. Okay, good. I am done. Get these off of my map. Why? Why are there this many things when I just want to teleport? And I think the best part is if you click on any of them, they all just bring you to this waypoint. So why even be able to click on them? All right. So this is definitely going to hurt my Mora supply, but we're gonna start bringing this boy up, getting our ascension passives along the way, which I'll be honest, I don't even know what they do. So far, it's not too bad. There, we dropped below 8 million Mora, and now we're about halfway to 7 million. Oh, we're very close to 7 million. And as per usual, we'll bring you to level 81. Thank you very much for the free Acquaint Fates. I did completely forget that talents are a thing, so I'll focus on this skill first. I don't know if I have his weekly boss drops because I don't know what weekly boss drops he needs. Oh, that thing. Ooh, I mean, I'll leave it at 6 for now. And we'll try to get the burst to level 6 as well, which we can do. You know what? I will go fight Apep because I feel like Lunar Charge would probably work pretty nice here. You want to know how bad my memory is? I already forget how to play Flynn's. I think right now I'm playing him more how you're meant to, but I tried using him the other day for something and I kept getting the wrong burst. This guy literally just came out. How the heck do I already forget how to play him? Here we go. We'll do the 2 skills and then the burst, and then we just spam normal. Wow. You died pretty quick. I guess I was right about bringing Lunar Charged here. Might as well use some of my Dream Solvent because there's no point in just hoarding it. Although I think I actually transmuted one too many. Yeah, oops. So now we can get the skill from level 6 up to level 8, and we'll do the same for the burst. Cool, over 2 million more are gone already, but we are not done yet. How far can I bring the weapon? If I don't have to farm anything for this, that'd be amazing. It seems like I might have to end up farming this. Joke's on me though, that domain is not open today. Wait, we are so close. Oh, wait, can we actually do it? Thank you, Mona. I actually have everything that I need. So at the cost of 0 resin, at least right now, I can fully ascend and fully level Baizhu's weapon, but now we've spent over 3 million Mora. That just leaves the artifact situation. I know Baizhu really isn't ready to be used quite yet, but I'm still going to attempt to use him. We just kind of want HP percent. Energy recharge and substats is okay, but not really necessary. Oh, I don't know who I'm going to put that on, but I'm keeping that. I figured I also should come in here and actually read the Ascension passives. This one, it doesn't really do a whole lot for the team because it's just Baizhu getting the Dendro damage bonus. The healing is whatever, but this one does increase Lunar Bloom damage, and perhaps I should know what causes this, but it's something from Baizhu. If I put Nilo on the field and just use her skill, it automatically creates Dendro cores, which means I don't even have to worry about applying Dendro first before doing Nilu things. This domain only wants to give me feathers and flowers, but now with all of my resin plus some fragile resin spent, I can at least get 4 pieces, and the game seems to be telling me that this is the best Saiyans I have for him, so he can have it. I know Baizhu doesn't need crit. However, the other stats on this suck, so I would prefer if it did roll crit. And you know what? It mostly did. So the 3 important artifacts are level 20. Then we'll go to the flower because that gives us flat HP plus HP percent. And it's actually rolling like exactly what I want it to, which feels so weird to say. All that's left is a feather. I don't think I'm going to have enough fodder for it. Although shout out to these rolls. And I do have enough. Okay. Wow. How much HP does he have? He has 48. But wait, where is it? This caps out at 50. Does he do anything that buffs his HP? I mean, it would be hard for me to get that higher because these both rolled HP percent at least 2 times each. And then the rest of these are all main stat HP. Weapon is maxed and it has an HP percent substat. Technically leveling him up to 90 probably would do it. Maybe, but I don't really want to do that. At least not yet. So now I want to do some rotations, partially to see if his HP gets boosted at all, and then also just to test out the survivability of this team. Because with the Nahida team, Nefer would die like 80% of the time. Damage seems like really low. I'll try resetting up all the buffs, and then our charge attacks are hitting for 120,000. I've definitely seen higher in the past, 140,000. And then just for fun, I brought Mavuika for here, and she kind of just deletes stuff. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but like any DPS next to her just doesn't look like a DPS. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, oops, I clicked my burst. Now you're gone. It also does not seem like Baizhu is getting any sort of HP bonus. If I added a second Hydro character to the team, he would. But obviously, they can't really do that. Oh, yay, it's immune to Dendro. That's not supposed to happen. But it somehow always does. Because Lunar's supposed to be the thing that counters this. It's not supposed to become immune if you're using Lunar damage. So I don't know why this happens. Okay, this time I didn't put Baizhu on the field whatsoever, and it didn't go invincible. So maybe we were just doing too much Dendro application. My bad for trying to do a proper rotation. Won't happen again, I'm sorry. 153,000, 154,000. I always forget to reset up this skill. But thanks to having Baizhu here, I don't have to worry about my health. And the boss goes down. Now, just curious, how much will this do? Oh, over 1 million. Very nice. And if I do it again? Over 1 million again. Very tough fight. When I first cleared this abyss, I did use Yoimiya, which got me 3 stars everywhere except the second chamber. I was off by 2 seconds. So instead of going through and suffering again, I just used Mavuika and deleted everything. But the Yoimiya worked decently. And now that we are on the 3rd chamber, I could say the survivability of the Nefer team is so much better. There was not a single time when a character was close to dying. And if you saw the past, I think 2 videos on this main account, you would have seen a lot of death on the Nefer team in the Spiral Abyss. Oh my gosh, that does so much damage. This is just bullying. Why is this character that strong? And her talents aren't even maxed. At some point, I should go and crown these, but that's a job for another day. Now, what if I really want to hate myself? We can try our Nefer team in the Onslaught, which I've learned against this enemy, we don't want to use Baizhu, at least not at first, because we want to do our Luna Bloom immediately. Oh, and it's still immune to Dendro. Okay, fantastic enemy design. So, once again, Nilu's skill, Llama's skill, immediately Lunar Bloom. Nothing but Lunar Bloom. See, that time it works. I love inconsistent things. So fun. And I don't have to worry too much about taking damage here. Thank you very much, Baizhu. We're hitting for 120,000, 124,000 again. Although I'll be honest, we're not doing a whole lot of damage. Baizhu does always get his burst up in time though, which is nice. So even though our survivability is great, we can't beat this boss within the time limit. That's very disappointing because this is kind of the exact team that they want you to use. Although I did forget, Nefer is still not on a 4-piece set of the artifact set that we want. And I haven't gotten a single elemental mastery goblet on the set that Llama wants. Okay, so you remember when I said that when I attack with Nilou, there's some sort of Dendro thing that Baizhu does? Yeah, that's C2. C2 is exactly what is doing that. So every 5 seconds, if I attack, it automatically does some Dendro stuff. After editing the beginning of this video, I noticed 2 things. Firstly, now that Baiju's built, I should give him a proper glider. We're going to ignore the fact that I don't have the Sumeru glider yet because... Actually, I don't have an excuse, just pretend you didn't see that. I could give him this green one, you know, it's green, he's green. Honestly, I kind of like how the nod-krai glider looks on him, but I don't have that yet. I actually think I'm gonna go with the dragon spine glider. So there is one thing taken care of. The other thing is that for this specific team, my Nilou's not on the best build. Now, funnily enough, even though I do have a C6 Nilou, I don't have a build for her that focuses on elemental mastery. But 66 EM is not great, so I figure I could just put her onto her signature weapon, and then if I use her skill to hit an enemy, she goes up to 428 elemental mastery. And of course, if we start doing all the other buffs that this team has to offer, she gets up to 648. I don't think I mentioned it yet, but I know someone in the comments is going to point this out if I don't. The reason that I'm using a Nilou is because of her C2. This offers more to us than having Aino on the team would. So yes, we're not able to generate bountiful cores for the most part, but overall, she is pretty much the best hydro option for that slot. And it gives me another excuse to use Nilou, which, you know, I will never pass up on the chance for. Oh, you know, I'm starting to see why a C2 Baizhu is actually pretty good, because Deepwood Memories requires skill or burst to hit the opponent, and then you get that 30% decreased Dendro resistance for 8 seconds. His C2 procs every 5 seconds, and it counts as elemental skill damage. So without him even having to touch the field, the enemy will always have the decreased Dendro resistance. Let's go do a little damage test. We'll want to put up Nilou's skill, get her burst up as well. Baizhu burst, Llama burst. I probably should have done that a little differently, but it's fine. And we're seeing 100,000, 115,000, 120,000. It's going up. Oh, and the boss is dead. Now I just want to test it once again, and this time look at the stats of these characters. So we'll just do like 3 rounds of this, and then we'll come in here. Nefer has 1300 elemental mastery. If she was on the right artifact set, this crit rate would be a lot higher. Llama's at 1297 EM, and apparently a ton of energy recharge. You lose at almost 60,000 HP, 648 elemental mastery, and a pretty nice crit ratio. And Baizhu is still just under 50,000 HP, 458 EM, and 160 ER. It seems decent enough. So up until now, this was the team I was running with Nefer. I'm just gonna run it again to remind us of what I was dealing with. And now I'm also aware that Nahida doesn't really have a build, so all the damage that we take here is completely permanent. We can go ahead and try to get some of these things to bloom, although apparently none of them wanted to. That's fantastic, love that for us. And then we could start doing some of this stuff. I am doing no damage here. That should do some more damage. Yeah, there we go. Then we'll move on to the second chamber, where we can see Nefer's health is already below half. And I'm not trying to make these characters take more damage here. This is just how I would normally play. So luckily, this time we were able to break this thing's resistance. Oh, Nefer just took a huge hit. 180,000. Oh, that's so nice though. But, oh, yeah. I was gonna say that's when I really have to start prioritizing dodging over doing damage. But we can clearly see I did not do so well at the dodging part. So now we have the Baizhu team here, which I'm realizing with his C2, it makes it feel a lot smoother to get Dendro applied, obviously. Or at least this should be obvious. And I also don't have to worry about my HP whatsoever, which makes this feel so much easier. Once again, back to chamber 2. Broke the resistances with no problems. So now we have everything set up and we can just spam this. We do see a lower overall damage, because obviously Nahida does quite a bit of buffing, so it was about 20,000 less on the big hits, but that is a trade-off that I am willing to accept. Oh wait, this is chamber 3 already. I have been flying through this. Wow. That was easy. A very simple, well, okay, I would say 9 stars. You really can't tell because this will always show your highest score. And this might be kind of sad, as this is my main account, but this is my first fully built Dendro-focused team. Up until this point, Nahida was the only Dendro character I had even remotely invested into. But we kind of saw that I didn't invest as much as I thought I did. So after, what, like 3 years of Dendro being in the game, I can actually use it on this account effectively. There are only a couple of hours left on this current event, but I haven't done the one where you have to do a lot of healing. And we just built ourselves a nice new healer. I don't actually know who my best healers are, but I imagine Farina on healing mode has to be one of them. And then Kokomi obviously is a healer, but I am using the trial Kokomi simply because mine isn't really built at the moment, at least not in the way that you would usually use a Kokomi. So I'm curious to see how far through this we can get. I'm hoping we can just max it out. Oh yeah, we did it easy. Easy healing. That's what we like to see. Then I just brought a freeze team because that's what it recommended. And of course, I used Nilu as the main driver because why wouldn't I? Oh, I finished 40 seconds early, huh? That is a huge difference between this account and the 4 stars only. Here the game wants us to use Bond of Life, so I'm gonna bring the Nefer team. Because in case you weren't aware, Nefer actually cannot do Bond of Life stuff. Therefore, it's the perfect team to use if you don't want to follow the recommendations. Which actually means all the buffs from this first side don't even matter because, oh, that's the wrong burst. But we still maxed it out. Let's see how this team does. Gotta go through and set up everything first. This is the boring part. And then we get to start spamming these. And it doesn't... I mean, these things have a lot of HP, I guess. Ooh, this guy doesn't. I don't think I'm gonna get all the scores here, though maybe I'll be wrong, hopefully. Oh, I love taking those out before they can even summon in their friends. Okay, so I was wrong. Never mind. I was double wrong. I thought that I already got all the points. I did not. Oh, no. Wait. Hey, kill it. Kill it. Faster, faster, faster. I killed it. Nope, I killed it. Wrong, false, game is incorrect. So now, you guys can stop hounding me to build Baizhu, and I can stop complaining that I don't have a Baizhu built on this account. I would love to go ahead and test them out on different teams, but as I already showed, I don't really have Dendro characters built. This is kind of the only team he's gonna work in for now. Plus, as a healer and shielder, it's not as though we're really gonna do a damage test, but at long last, our C2 now R2 Baizhu is fully completed. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, I shall see you all next time.